focusing on what kids are saying in a group chat. Grow up. I'm sorry. Focus on the real issues. Don't focus on what kids say in group chats. But the reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. Like, that's what kids do. And I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive stupid joke, is cause to ruin their life.
Remigration is the far-right fascist ideology that uses mass deportations of non-white immigrants and their descendants in order to maintain racial, cultural, and ethnic purity of a nation. Obviously, very heavy-handed use in the 1930s Germany from 1930 to 1945, because before genocide was the order of the day, there was mass deportations of Jews and Slavs. In fact, in 1940, they had a Madagascar proposal where the idea was to send Jews to Madagascar to deport them out of Germany to protect the cultural and heritage purity of Germany. This was retweeted by the Department of Homeland Security. We are living in the Fourth Reich. This is an American neo-Nazi regime. And the reason that J.D. Vance is not upset that young Republicans texted about raping their opponents, murdering their opponents, reinstalling gas chambers for their opponents is because this is exactly their ideology. And it suits their benefit for power. It suits their goals for the country. And the reason that the young Republicans, while not defending it or asking for resignations instead of firing them, is because it fits their ideology. Because this is what their ideology is foundationally based on. Because someone who is willing to text this in a non-secure forum is saying it in public. They're saying it in the office. They're saying it to their coworkers behind closed doors. And these kids were 18 to 40, most of them in their late 20s and 30s. These are whole ass grown adults. This is using kid in the same way that Brock Turner only served 3 months after getting caught actively raping an unconscious woman because he had a promising future. It's pretty exclusively used to young white adults when they do something pretty egregious. The same young adults, by the way, who were doxing and calling for physical harm on creators like me for not crying over Charlie Kirk enough. And the reason that J.D. Vance is on the Charlie Kirk show is they know he was a racist. They will gaslight you and say these are taken out of context, but they know he was. They loved him for it because this is a display of their ideology. They know that. And if you are someone who considers yourself a moderate or a white evangelical or a traditional Republican, you have a decision to make. Because within Nazi Germany, there was a group of people who really wanted Hitler because they thought he would be better for the economy. They thought that a return to traditional values, the promotion of white power would just be good for the nation. And they weren't really on board with the genocide part, but they didn't resist it either. They were called Nazis. Because there is no excuse. So if you are more bothered by a curse word by two consenting adults loving each other that has nothing to do with your life, or someone having blue hair, then you are